I have a really funny story to tell. Now, it might not be that much of a funny story, but it would still be kind of a story that I think a lot of people would seem interested to listen to. Now, gotten some, results from my friends. They aren't really results. They kind of really hated me talking the entire experience because they were talking about how they were, playing GH1 and all that. And, GH1's such a tight engine and all that. And I really don't understand why he's even playing it in the first place. He was live streaming it in Discord and he was getting really tired of me speaking about the story. So I kind of just wrote my thought down in Audacity, where I'm speaking to them, to Audacity right now. So, anyways, I should really continue on what a story is supposed to be. Now, this is a story about how the time of me and my dad walked to Office Depot, and it's really kind of like, an interesting story. And it's not really Office Depot, it's more like Office Depot and Starbucks. So here you have it started. So, I kind of felt like I needed to go on a walk because every once in a while, like, maybe every day or so, every other day, I feel like, I want to take a walk just to clear my mind and stuff. Get my body, like, not tired anymore and get ready for the day or kind of like refresh my mind. Kind of like a soft reset. Just kind of just become relaxed for the day and try to make it a better one. And so I asked my dad today, like, not today, or when the story happened, this had, hey, Dad, you want to walk anywhere today? And he said, yeah, I need to go to Office Depot and pick up some supplies for, some work I have to do. And he said, oh, okay, okay. So we kind of get our shoes on. He gets a jacket on, and I get a jacket on as well, which was really a good idea in this because, when we walked out there, it wasn't as windy as first, but after like a few 20 steps, we were walking out there, and it was whoa, it was windy. It was really windy. Like it didn't make any sense how windy it was, and spring can get windy sometimes, and it makes sense. It's spring, not summer, but it was kind of crazy. Like I didn't expect it to be this windy today. And we were kind of like standing through the wind. We were standing through the wind and stuff. We're kind of walking and we're talking and we're walking and talking. And we like to take on windy days or mostly every day now the back roads. Now, the back roads aren't really faster, they're probably slower. And they kind of shield us from the wind because a lot of people in the back roads, like a lot of people live there. There's like a line of houses in the back roads. A lot of people have bushes for some reason, and there's just a lot of bushes there. Like I don't know why. There's a lot of bushes. Anyways, we're taking the back road, and we're talking about stuff, and I don't remember exactly what. But I'm pretty sure it had something to do with electronics. And we get to the first crossroad, which is like kind of like just going forward, but for some reason it takes a long time. Like we're wondering what the age is going on. It's taking a long time for us to just go past one, like crossroads, and we're pressing the button, the beeper's going on, and it was like beep 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 every time you press the button, but it's just it's not going. It's not. It's not going. I'm wondering why. Like, what the hell? Anyways, we're going through this, and it finally goes, and we kind of walk through. We walk through, and some experiences I've had with going across this crossroad before, kind of like walking space, so you don't get run over and stuff like that, or go to jail for jaywalking. Like no cop actually enforces that. And I actually remember one time we jaywalked in front of a cop. Like the cop car went by, and after I went by, we kind of just like jaywalked. I mean, there was a crosswalk nearby, but it was very close enough where it didn't even matter. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Some stories that happened here is that we almost got run over one time. Like some rich guy in like one of those expensive yellow cars that are really slim and shiny and have those LED lights that blind you. You can look at it for 1 second. He was honking the horn at us, and we were just trying to go across, even though it said we could go across it because that little walking sign. He was blaring the horn at us. We couldn't understand it. Like, who does this guy think he is? I'm just trying to walk here. Anyways, we go past this, walking space now. We're back in the time we went to Office Depot. And we're going, and we finally get across. It takes a little bit because I think we were a little bit slow that day, but we get across. and we're walking to Starbucks first, get a drinks, and we get Starbucks like almost every time, not all the time. We get Starbucks often, and I forgot what my order was that day. Not my order, my dad's order. I know he gets like a coffee. It has Irish in the name, but I get a cotton candy frappuccino. Now the cotton candy frappuccino was actually like a frappuccino that was introduced like years ago. It's like it has an actual name for it, but Starbucks still recognizes it if you say like cotton candy frappuccino. So we got our cotton candy. I got my cotton candy frappuccino, of course, venti, large. I always get it. It's amazing. It's a good cotton candy frappuccino. It's sweet. I like it, and it's cold. It gets my thirst quenched. It's what I need. And basically, I got that cotton candy frappuccino, just like I wanted. And it was good. Let me tell you, good cotton candy frappuccino. So we went to Office Depot. Starbucks is actually not that far from Office Depot where I'm at. If you walk straight across, if you went, so if Starbucks was on one side, you could basically walk away from the Starbucks and you would eventually end up at Office Depot, which is kind of crazy. Like, that doesn't really make any sense, but it is basically like a straight line. And, it's crazy how close Office Depot is to Starbucks. I think it's kind of weird, actually. But whatever. It's not time for conspiracy theories. It's time for the time me and Dan went to Office Depot. So we get on that crosswalk again. It was a different one, but it still takes a long amount of time for us to go across one, crossroads. It doesn't make any sense still. It doesn't make any sense now. But we finally get across it and go in the Office Depot, and we're walking up the stairs, and there's two women here. They have like a little stand, put up, and they're like petitioning people to like stop being meat eaters. Be vegan, save the cows, save the cows. And I didn't know that at the time, but I finally know now because I asked like, I wonder what these two people were doing there, and it was strange to me because they had short sleeve shirts on, and with it being so windy today, I thought to myself, why are they out here in this amount of wind? It's so cold today. And it's not even that cold. It's just a wind making it cold. Like, wow. They really, wanted to, like, stand out here for the cows and for the cows. Anyways, they didn't bother us. So we go inside, and we're kind of just, like, walking around the store. We're walking around the store. We're walking around the store. Then we realize where the USB USB storage things. What is it, USB drives? I think it's USB drives. Anyways, we're wondering where are the USB drives. Anyways, we walk around. We see the printer aisle, and it's like, oh, we must be close then. And I made a joke to my dad, haha, big HP, big printer, because the printer ink is always expensive. It costs like a lot of money, an absurd amount of money for just some ink. And, he talks about it as well. He says some of his friends actually believe in that theory that ink is super overpriced. And it makes sense that it's overpriced. It's just ink. But, like, he thinks, some of his friends think it's like a conspiracy or something. I don't know. I may be recalling that wrong. But I wouldn't bet my life on it. Like, it's probably a little bit overpriced. But, like, maybe I'm recalling it wrong, but it's just a little bit overpriced from what I can tell. Anyways, we're getting close. We're like closing down the shelves, or we're looking closer. We find some flash drives, I think, but they're not. No, 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 no. It's not flash drives. It's actually SD cards. Because why would there be flash drives in Office Depot? Because think about it, it's the future. Why would they have flash drives? Because they're for old computers. I don't think a lot of people would actually use flash drives anymore. And I mean, probably there are some people out there probably that use flash drives still. I don't know what on what. Like maybe there's an adapter nowadays for flash drives for them to be recognized just as USBs. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just like going crazy. It is a bit late now, but And whatever. Anyways, we're closing down the aisles. We see the USBs, and we're wondering where the well, not the USBs, the SDs. Anyways, we're wondering where the USBs are, and they were staring at us, at our face, and we're like, we're blind as a bat, you know. So we're wondering, where the hell are they? And then we finally find them, and then we're like, wow, finally, we got these USB drives. It doesn't matter anymore. We got it. Let's get out of here now. And I asked my dad, hey dad, maybe I could get like a notebook and a pen. And he just like says, yeah, sure, why not? And I get a notebook and pen. He asked me like if I want those mole notebooks. I think that's what he said. And and I was like, nah, I don't feel like it because those notebooks, they're like they look like TV static, and you know when I've used them, I don't like how they are. Like you know you have to you rip out the pages like something bad might happen. Like you know it's just like you know not useful for what I want to do. So I get one of those school notebooks. You know the ones that have like 1,000 metal rings on it. Like it just like an absurd amount of metal rings. And you know I get one of those. And I pick up the pens and he said, no, 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 no. Don't get those pens. Get these pens. And now I don't remember what they're called, but I think they're like ballpoint pens or something. But if you gave me like a list of pens, I would definitely be able to pick them out for you. And let me tell you, they're really good pens. Like absurdly well pens. You know, we got these pens, and now that I've used them for quite a bit, they're actually quite nice on the hands. Uh, not that bad actually. And they're really good pens. Like I don't know what else there is to say. They're really nice on the wrist. Really thin, and it's not hard to lose them. They came with three of them, so I got like you know a few extras here. I can't really take them out now. I can't show you an audio file, but they're you know they're good pens. I got some extras. And we're finally walking home. Those two women are still there. Like, I still don't understand why they are standing out in these winds, trying to get people to go vegan on petitions and stuff. But you know, they do what they want to do. It's not my place to say. And we're finally walking home. Um, from the Office Depot, and I brought up like the topic of like you know, no, I didn't bring it up. My dad brought it up, but he brought up the topic of you know, 3D printing robots, and I thought that was really cool. And like we joked about ideas like you know, starting our own country, like starting like an army of drones and stuff like that. It was a really interesting idea. Now I wouldn't call it a you know a good idea because it isn't. It's an army of drones. I don't think that actually go that well as people would expect because you know it's kind of like an army of drones. I think like you know recoils on guns or you know EMPs. It would probably be too easy to take down. But you could get somewhere with it, but I'm not really going to explore the idea because it might not be a good one. Anyways, so we talking about this idea and when we got really invested in it for some reason. I don't know why, but we talked about the idea a lot. And we finally got home through all of this wind. We finally got home from Office Depot. It was really annoying, but we finally got there. No more Office Depot to go through. We're done. Anyways, yeah, that was me, my dad going to Office Depot. If you want more of these, just like tell me or something. I don't know.